Welcome back to Aviation This Week. Today's edition is brought to you by Aviation, your aviation solutions provider. I'm Justin Bellmore, and this week we're taking a look at the year's biggest stories. We'll start with BC and its record-setting year of wildfires. Then we'll look at the drawn-out battle between Boeing and Bombardier. And lastly, we'll talk about Canada launching a contest for 88 brand new fighter jets with a clause aimed directly at Boeing. All that after this quick message from our sponsor. This 2017 was the worst wildfire season on record in British Columbia. Over the past decade, annual average loss to wildfires has been 155,000 hectares. And as of mid-September 2017, that number approached 1.2 million hectares. So far, the cost of BC's wildfire response has grown to more than $640 million. A review team will examine the damages caused by both the wildfire and the flooding disasters, and also engage with British Columbians. The review operation alone will cost $900,000. Drones are also helping researchers determine the cost of the fires. University of British Columbia partnered with a local company to fly drones over damaged areas to take photographs. Then, they used computer vision techniques to build three-dimensional images to show how much canopy they have. The researchers say this technique will help to learn about how many trees died and, in the long term, evaluate regeneration and overall tree health. The Boeing and Bombardier battle. Boeing initially claimed that Bombardier was unfairly selling underpriced jets to the States with help from provincial and federal subsidies. In the tribunal, Boeing argued that Bombardier's trade deal with Delta harmed its ability to sell 737s in the U.S. market. But Bombardier bit back and said that Boeing is making money hand over fist, and with backlogs years into the future, there are no signs of difficulty on the horizon. U.S.-based Delta Airlines had agreed to buy 75 CS-100 jets from Bombardier in April 2016, with an option to buy 50 more. Before the Delta deal, Bombardier had actually struggled to sell its C-Series jets. If the International Trade Commission sides with Boeing, it could keep U.S. airlines from using Bombardier's C-Series jet by imposing duties of nearly 300%, one of the largest ever imposed for a market-based economy. The Canadian government is launching a competition to buy a new fleet of 88 new fighter jets, and the invitation even extends to Boeing. But they did include a clause that sounds like it was written just for them. A Canadian government press release said that when bids are assessed, any bidder that is responsible for harm to Canada's economic interests will be at a distinct disadvantage. This, of course, is in reference to the attack Boeing made on Bombardier's sale of C-Series jets to Delta Airlines. Canada had recently halted business with Boeing over the dispute, instead purchasing used F-18 jets from Australia to serve as an interim fleet. Bids will be evaluated on a basis of cost, whether they meet Canada's technical requirements, and what the economic benefits are of the proposal. A contract award is expected in 2022, and the government says it expects to have the first new aircraft in its possession by 2025. That's it for this week from Annex Business Media's Niche TV Newsroom. Thanks again to our sponsor, Aviation. And be sure to tune in next week for the latest episode of Aviation This Week. Thanks for watching.